Thank you next. The simplest yet wisest words that you should live by when things don't go your way. It's almost November, and what better way to start a thankful month than by talking about thank you next. Hi, I'm Alondra Zaragoza, and welcome to my channel. In 2019, Ariana Grande released a bop, Thank You Next. The song starts by briefly describing some words of her exes in a light-hearted way, even thanking one of them. In the pre-chorus, she tells us what she has learned and how grateful she is for these experiences. My favorite lyrics are, I've loved and I've lost, but that's not what I see. So look what I got, look what he taught me. So let's break these lyrics down. Things didn't work out with her exes. That's why they're her exes. Sometimes the relationship can end up very well, other times it ends up very messy and in a disheartening way. And that's okay. It's part of life. It's part of, if you say, gambling. You are putting in yourself in a position where you're hoping to win in an all or nothing situation. You cannot control a whole relationship. It's mutual, where both parties control 50-50. But what you can control is your grace in walking out of the relationship and taking what you have learned from this one. Ariana Grande is not only walking out of the relationship in a graceful manner, but she's also packing up everything that she's learned and taking it with her. Now, what do I mean by walking out graciously? In a job interview, at the end of this one, you usually have the interviewee say thank you for your time, walk you to the door, and sometimes they'll say, we will let you know. If they tell you this, we will let you know, whether you get the job or not, pay close attention, because if they don't follow through with this and you are basically ghosted by this company, be thankful. Because if they weren't able to follow through in something so simple as a 5-minute letter, a 2-minute phone call, just telling you, I'm sorry, you're not the right candidate. Or, if you were rejected by this job, be grateful. Because you haven't even started working for them and they're already lying to you. That's exactly the opposite of graciousness. That's not a graciously and reputable company you want to work for. If you want to show graciousness in exiting a relationship, you need to be composed. To be gracious is to be respectful in a time point where the situation is not favorable towards you. In a job interview, the situation is the most unfavorable towards you because you are competing with other candidates for the same position. You show graciousness by being composed, showing your manners, and saying thank you. Even if you don't get the job, who knows? Maybe by the way that you have handled yourself here, they'll call you later if another position opens up. Who knows? Just always being composed is a very clear sign that you have grace in the way that you handle yourself. In a relationship, it's very important that you walk out of it in a gracious way. Handle your heartbreak away from them. Don't speak about them on social media. Don't trash them on social media. Just be a complete ghost to them. After you have said thank you next, thank you for your time, have a good life next, basically, just disappear. It shows very gracefully that you know your worth. And that you're not just going to be like, hey, I miss you, hey. No, that's not graceful. Walk away or don't say anything. And if acquaintances of both of you, mutual friends, ask you, hey, how are you doing? These could be mutual friends that you don't really consider close friends, that you don't really consider someone that you can confide in. Tell them, oh, we're no longer together. I hope they're doing well. And move on. Change the conversation to something else. Change it to, oh, wow, pretty shoes, whatever, Change the conversation. Don't engage. It's very graceful when you don't even talk about them. You just, I don't care. You just walk away. Even if you hate the despise this person for the way that they handle themselves so poorly, don't show it to the world. Talk about it with your friends, with your family, with your therapist. Don't. The rest, The rest don't know anything. The rest know you're fine, you're okay. Walk away, walk away. Whew. Leave it all behind. Leave it all behind. This is how you handle it graciously. And that's exactly what Ariana Grande is doing. We are her fans, but we are not close friends of hers or even acquaintances. We are in a parasocial interaction with her. And she's chosen to remain gracious and composed. And by this, I mean, sure, she's telling us a little bit about her exes, but she was in the public eye. We all know who her exes are. She's not speaking bad about them. If she comes to speak of them, she's only talking about the good qualities or the good things that they made her feel at one point. Very graceful. Now let's review the lyric. Look what you taught me. So, look what you taught me. This is the embodiment of, okay, I know I lost the battle, but I won the war. When you walk into a relationship, nothing is promised. You might end up with this person for only 3 months, or you might end up with this person for 3 years, or for forever. We don't know. Nobody really knows. And since nothing is promised, the only thing that you can hope is that you can learn from this experience. And that is the only thing really that you get. No matter what, you're gonna get something out of it. A new skill, a new set of boundaries, things that you thought that you liked but you don't like really. Or even as simple as a new word. I don't know. I didn't know how to say cheese in Spanish. Now I know. That is learning. Don't underestimate what you can learn from other people. When you learn something, you're becoming more knowledgeable, expanding your knowledge, and bettering yourself. This is the beauty in losing. Sure, you lost the relationship, you lost someone that you cared about, but look what you learned. And now you have that question out of your mind. Instead of wondering, okay, what would have happened if I dated that person? Now you're like, okay, I dated that person. It did not work. Okay, you're wondering. I know you're thinking. But Alondra, they cheated on me. They were the biggest villain in the whole world. I think I lost more than what I learned. And let me tell you, your feelings are valid. You are hurt. But once you clear your head and your emotions are addressed, you'll be able to see what you have learned. Sooner or later, your heart has to heal and you'll be able to see what you gained from this relationship. As a society, I think we're obsessed with go, go, go. You have to be richer. You have to be smarter. You have to be more successful, have the most cars, have the most money, have the most this, that we forget about the beauty of losing. The beauty in failing is that we learn something good from it. Here, even Ari learned something. She learned love, patience, and even recognizing the different types of hurt. And how is she going to apply this? Love, by knowing how to love herself and how to love in future relationships. Patience, by patience finding the one, and she did. Spoilers, she did find the one. And hurt by knowing what she's going to tolerate and what she's no longer going to put up with. And she overcomes this and she feels amazing for it. Ari acknowledges her loss in love, yet she's aware and she focuses her energy in telling us, okay, look, I'm not bitter. At the end of the day, I gained more than what I imagined. Her phrase, thank you next, which is so iconic, it's the best way at addressing life. Thank you for the experience. I have learned so much, but I'm gonna move on. Never stay too long. After the experience is gone, after the relationship is done, walk away. Don't stay, because yourself just staying there stagnated is gonna hurt you. You have to move on, experience new things, try new relationships, and with the experience that you learn, take it with you. It's yours. No one can take it from you. She goes on to say, I know I move on too fast, but this one gon' last. Cause her name is Ari, and I'm so good with that. Ari teaches us that part of self-growth is to touch base with ourselves. Who are we in this new stage of life? The most important relationship you'll ever have is the one with yourself. So from now on, try to find beauty in things that other people might see as a waste of time. Appreciate the lessons, learn, and move on. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video, and please subscribe. Have a good day. Goodbye.